So, how to become a fashion content creator in a year? I'll tell you my story. Hello everyone and welcome back to my YouTube channel, where usually I talk everything about fashion, style and beauty, but today's video is a bit different. I decided to share my personal story about how to become a content creator in the fashion industry. I've been doing that for a year. Today I'm actually getting a bit more personal and I'm gonna share with you my story. So it's been a year since I've been on YouTube. Well, okay, tiny bit more. My first video I think I uploaded in the end of January, and yeah, that was a cringy one. And I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. I'm not gonna tell you, whoa, my life changed in a year and now I'm making millions of dollars. Hell no. There have been struggles, but there was some wins. So I thought it's also good to have more of the honest, true life experience where people is not telling you that, oh, well, do that and that's so easy and in a year you're gonna be the famous YouTuber or wherever. Yeah, so that's the point of this video. If you are here for more of this fashion and styling tips, you can check out my previous videos. This way we're making it more personal. Let's dive in. So how I started? January last year, and I was actually having thoughts about having a YouTube or recording more videos in front of the camera for a while, but obviously I had all this thought, well, it's too late, nobody gonna watch my videos, I can't talk, I don't look as nice. All these thoughts been obviously in my head, but last year I was like, enough is enough. I want to have a challenge in 2024. I want to try something new, learn something new, because I was so stuck in my job and overall in my life. I felt really horrible and I thought, okay, I want to learn something new and I'm gonna give myself a year and see how it goes, and I'll just gonna try, and maybe I'm not gonna like it at all. It's also fine if I stop, if I give up, but I will know that that's not for me and I will move on. So it's been a year. What also I did, so I filmed my first video, I did the setup of the channel, but I haven't told anyone. I haven't told my family or my friends. I was just doing something for myself, because already from the first video I was learning completely new things I haven't done before, like editing, you know. I think this has actually really helped me not to give up. The fact that I wasn't shouting aloud that, oh, I made my first YouTube video. With time I actually told one or two friends, but still up to this date I have not shared it more openly on my Instagram, which has a bit more audience, because again, all these thoughts are still in your head and you need a mental ability to say yourself that I'm gonna share that, I'm gonna do that, and I don't care what other people think, even if these people are your closest friends and family. Let's be honest, we're all scared of judgment. Well, let's say we all don't like judgment or being judged, and yes, you're gonna have it for sure. It is mentally tough, and if you would like to start and try that, you should know about that. You still can start, but my tip would be try to do the videos. You can start the channel, don't tell anyone. Yes, you are losing the chance of promoting that for sure, but it's more importantly for you to be prepared for potential negative thoughts. More important for you to be ready to share what you do when you feel like you're a good point and you are not scared of the judgment, and this judgment not gonna put you down. What I learned during this year, I'm gonna share now some of the biggest lessons I learned and some things which I've never thought before. But let me tell you first that I'm actually a professional marketing manager. I've been working in marketing. I have a marketing degree. So I actually know plenty about creating content, and I've been creating content for companies for years now. Felt quite comfortable with this area, getting the idea, finding SEO optimization. But I had, of course, no experience with how to film, all the tech, editing, how much time it takes. These have been a real challenges. And let me start with the biggest lesson I learned. And if you're thinking about being any kind of content creator or creating any content, UGC, whatever, you need to know that editing takes 80% of your time. And this is all behind your camera and no one actually sees it in social media, but editing takes huge amount of your time. There is days when I'm just sitting in CapCut and I'm just editing the whole day. I'm not getting out at all from the laptop. This is the truth. Of course, if we're talking about big creators, they have teams, they have editors who do that for them, so they don't edit themselves, I think, at this point, or at least they don't edit this amount they post, because it's just impossible. It takes so much time, and I was completely not prepared. I haven't really edited at all in my life. I tried for fun here and there, and it was like, oh wow, that takes so much time. I never studied it, I never take all the courses, so everything I do with the editing is pretty simple. And yes, I try to elevate my skills and learn how to do sound transition, how to do it more interesting, because this is important. Editing is important. Before you start, prepare that you will have to edit a lot. This was my biggest surprise. Yeah. Okay, next one is obviously filming. Filming is extremely fun, but it's not easy. Filming is my favorite part, but I have to say it's also the most intimidating part, because first of all, you have to look in the camera and you like talking with yourself, and you have to talk as you talk to a real person, right? Otherwise it feels weird and it takes time to develop that skill. And I don't think I'm there, but I just noticed with the more videos I do, the more I talk to the camera, I start to care less as well of how it looks from outside. I still feel extremely anxious filming outside, especially like vlogging, hence I don't really have a lot of vlogs. Also, they just don't perform that well. And also, I'm not a native English speaker and my content is in English, and I know I make mistakes, and when I sometimes watch my footage back, I know that I mix up the word or I did a grammar mistake, and I know that, and I don't like that, and I know that people gonna notice that. It's probably also here in my accent, but you have to overcome all that, otherwise you're not gonna to create. If you're gonna stop and try to refilm every little mistake you did, because it's also impossible to refilm everything. And this is where my third lesson, my third point gonna be that perfectionism is your enemy. I mean, I was always striving for the high quality content, especially educational. From my work, we've been writing content which is strongly educated based on research, and it's great. But the thing is, if you're gonna focus on every little detail you said wrong, or you shot wrong, or you didn't get the perfect angle, or you got some blur here, so many aspects that can go wrong. Seriously, if you even look on the huge creators with like million followers, you will see they also do mistakes. They sometimes also pronounce something wrong, or they say something wrong. Sometimes they had to retract this stuff. This is normal. And sometimes it's really difficult to say yourself, this is good enough for me to post. You know there is mistakes, it's not perfect, you might even know how to improve it, but it's just impossible to try to perfect everything. I'm not saying that you should go for quantity over quality, no, but you should know when the quality is good enough. Next one, biggest falls and wins. And my biggest fail, underestimation I did, is the growth is slow. As I said, I'm actually having plenty of marketing experience. Marketing is extremely important. Make your videos viral, to make them engaging, blah, 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 all that. So I felt like I have knowledge, I have experience, I've been doing that. It should be easy for me to grow. Was I wrong? Oh, I was so wrong. I had a goal. In a year, I'm gonna reach 1,000 subscribers on YouTube, which will allow me to monetize. That did not happen. To be fair, I had a pretty big break during summer last year, so technically I wasn't doing it for the whole 12 months. I think right now I have around 350 subscribers or so, and it is growing, and I see the growth, but it's not growing as fast as I thought. The thing is, growth takes time, and it can be the most frustrating thing. Again, for me as a marketer, sometimes I create videos and content and I do the SEO, and I know that this topic should work, but then it doesn't. Another day, some random, very easy video I just decided to play around and put together, and suddenly it went viral. I mean, you can't predict it, you can't know it, and don't believe these YouTubers who tell you, oh yeah, if you have a strategy, you're gonna monetize in half a year, blah, blah, blah. Yes, of course you need a strategy, but there is no guarantee that you're gonna monetize in half a year or a year. Like, seriously, it's gonna work different for everyone in every industry, in every niche. That's why you never know. There is also a huge personal factor. For example, there are gonna be so many people who will not like you, just because of the way how you look, of the way how you talk, or the things you talk about, because we all are so different and have different interests at all. But the plus side here, that there is also a lot of people who will like you and who will feel related to you. You just need to find them, and it takes time. One of my wins and something which really surprised me, that I actually got free brand collaboration when I had less than 300 subscribers. I don't remember exactly the number, but it was pretty low. I don't know, 250 maybe. And I got brands reach out to me asking to make a video on my channel. Not Instagram, which is much bigger, not shorts, reels, but a full video on YouTube. And for example, one of these was the shoe brand Vavaya. To be honest, I truly like their shoes. They're very comfortable, and well, I'm not going to promote them now, but still, the fact that this brand has 1.3 million followers on Instagram, they already have an audience, they're quite established, they are worldwide already, and they chose to work with me, to have a video with me as a really small creator. I really appreciate that. You know, this is just the things that shows you, okay, something is working. It doesn't grow as fast as I thought it would, but something is moving forward. When you started, you don't have this library of content that brands can see. You're learning so much things, starting from the lights, the editing, the way you talk, your scripts, everything. So of course it takes time for brands to notice you as well. Third fail is the monetization. I thought monetization gonna be faster and easier. I mean, it's not like I assumed that, oh, I'll start my YouTube and my Instagram and I don't know, in 3 months I'm gonna get millions. No, I knew what it takes and how much work it takes. But still, I have plenty of knowledge before, and I was watching so much, especially on UGC, and how to start selling your creations not without even posting it to your channels. And there is so many creators out there that promote the UGC and they teach you how to do that. While they're probably doing a great job, it is really tough out there. First of all, because big brands want to work with bigger creators, they still prefer sometimes work with influencers because of their audience. If it's a bigger brand, they probably have in-house marketing that are going to create the content based on their brand lines and their marketing strategy, right? And they already have the creators and UGC creators they work with, and it takes them more time and more efforts to find and board new people, because it's a huge uncertainty factor, because you don't exactly know how the content from the new creator will work out. So there's a lot of factors from the company's side. Of course, there is smaller brands who are ready to work with smaller creators. So often they prefer, obviously, they're going to push for gifted collaborations, or they're going to try to just say that, oh, but we have affiliate links, you can earn commission there. But again, if you don't have a big audience, you can't earn a full-time salary there. Well, not just yet. And then yes, you can pitch, and I was pitching a lot. To be honest, the response was quite small, which is fine, but you need to understand that just don't assume that just because some of the creators who selling their products to teach you how to be a creator, it doesn't mean that you will start making money in like 3 months wherever. Especially right now, the market is tough with all the economic and other situation in the world. So another thing I noticed that UGC is more popular and more well spread in USA. This is not the case for Europe. Just consider what is the situation in your location. Let's talk about how to become a creator in a year. It can be any industry, any niche. And since I shared my experience, here are just some things I would like to stress, some things you should know before you start. First one, it's not going to be easy, not going to be fast. Second, pick one platform and stay consistent there. It's really difficult to try to grow Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, Threads, wherever else you want to grow consistently. Each of these platforms has a different approach, different algorithm, different formats. You have to adapt your content. Yes, you can reuse your content, but truly, why would person follow you on all of these different channels if you anyway post the same stuff? And you will see that the content performs, same content performs completely different on every platform. So if you want to grow, then pick one, stay consistent there, and learn this platform. Third one, experiment and keep learning. Learn about algorithms, learn about storytelling, learn about different formats, different hooks. Don't overwhelm yourself, but you need to experiment. Because if you're gonna do one thing, especially with a smaller audience, you're not gonna see what performs better, what works at this point. You're gonna see it later. So you have to experiment to see what actually works for you, what content you like to create, what is easy to create, what is trendy to create, and what brings you more engagement. Do not try to do everything at once. Do not overwhelm yourself. I would say choose one new thing per month you want to try. How does it look like? You stay consistent to your schedule. Let's say you want to post 3 times per week on Instagram. Try something new. Let's say you're going to focus on the new hooks, or you're going to focus on the storytelling, and do this during the month. This will help you first learn new stuff, new approaches easily, and once you learn it and become your habit, you can actually easily implement that in your content. Number 4, opportunities, they don't just appear from anyway, you have to search for them. And yes, I said that even with a smaller amount of subscribers, brands reached out to me. Still, who knows how many brands, when, and if they're gonna reach out. They might not reach out. You have to pitch, you have to write to brands, you have to search for affiliate programs, some kind of collaboration. You try to find other creators to collaborate with. Again, don't overwhelm yourself. It's not all happening straight away, and you don't need to do all of these things straight away, but you have to search for these opportunities. And the 5th one is more mental, and this is not everyone is gonna get what you're doing. I mean, not everyone will get it. Some people will judge, and some people gonna say, what is she doing? Why is she wasting her time? Like, it's not her. Like, there can be so many judgments. There is no way to avoid it. You just have to decide what is important for you and what you want to do. That's all. Okay, guys, I hope with this video I managed to share some of my thoughts and some of behind the scenes of being a content creator. No, it's not all glam what we see on social media and all the shiny and well-edited posts. It's a lot of work. It's a lot of behind the camera work. There is some luck as well, and of course there is a personal aspect to there. It's a lot of mental load, because after all, you're putting yourself out there to the internet. You're completely exposed to any kind of negative comments, judgment, and people just not liking you sometimes for no reason. So yeah, there is a lot of thought. So I kind of thought I'm not gonna share the fabulous glam experience of, oh wow, I became a fashion creator in a year, now I'm fabulous and my life is perfect, because that's not true. It does not take 1 year, it takes much more years. And even though I am really inspired by content creators who share their story, which is more successful, but I want to bring here, not everyone gets the same experience. Lots of people give up, and that's fine. More reality here, be a bit more honest with this video. And I know it's probably not going to perform that well, but it just was important for me to kind of share that, just to convey this message that it's actually a lot of work, it's a lot of uncertainty, and you have to just believe in yourself, hope that it works. But yeah. Okay, let me know in the comments below if you like this video, and if you would like to learn more about YouTube or social media content creation. That's not exactly the niche and the topics my videos are, but I think I can still include some of the behind the scenes. Let me know if any of you are actually thinking of having a YouTube channel, or maybe you have a YouTube channel. Let's support each other. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching, and see you in my next fashion videos. Bye!